All right, let's do this. Jay Sean Down. I didn't realize 2024 was the year I was gonna be doing a tutorial on Down by Jay Sean, but here we are. Fair play for the person who requested this one. I'm not complaining as well. I mean, it is a banger. Let's go straight into it. I'm just going to teach you how to play the chorus first. Once you know the chorus, you can effectively play the song. This is in the key of D major. There's not many chords to this. First thing, I'm going to make sure you know the first 4 chords we're using. A useful tool, if you want to download it for free before starting this, is a piano chord Bible that I've made for free, and it basically gives you like more or less all of the chords that you will effectively like ever need to play a song. Definitely for an intermediate level anyway, that's all you need, and it's a useful sheet to go by, just to have it printed out when you're looking at these tutorials or when you're practicing yourself. So give that a download that in the description there. It's G major first, D, A, B minor 7, or just stick with B minor if you don't want to learn the 7th chord. They're the 4 chords, and for the chorus sequence, it just goes back to A major after that, and then it repeats itself then. Baby, are you down, 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 down? I'm not gonna start singing that. This is the timing if you want to just practice this before we attempt the right hand melody notes. And then repeats there. If you know that sequence, you can effectively sing the song and play it on piano. As always with these, I would recommend watching the video I did on the left hand technique. You can use that very easily with this song. But for now, I'll do the tutorial using block chords on the left hand. So just get in the habit of playing that with the left hand. We'll forget about the intro for now. Go straight into the chorus where he says, baby, don't worry. This is where the sequence starts that you learned, so. That's it. That's the whole chorus. As you can see, it's very repetitive on the right hand as well. Get familiar with that, and once you know that, you can effectively play most of the song, because most of the song are those chords and that chorus. I definitely would watch my video on how to play a big chorus well on piano. It teaches you a few tricks I'll be running over in this video. Before we move on, just get that down, get familiar with the right hand melody notes, the main melody notes. Practice that well, and you know the chorus then. So let me just play it for you to demonstrate. You can fast forward if you want. Tricks you can use to make that pop a bit later on, but you know the melody notes. Get the left hand down. Watch that video down in the description where we just take the left hand chords and add a bit of life to them using arpeggios. The chord sequence in this as well is interesting. I mean, well, no, it's not. It's not interesting. But one thing that will help you remember it is the way it descends whenever he says down. So see my left hand there, where it goes from B minor 7 A to G. To also, to simplify this, if you're finding it hard, just practice with B minor first and then add the 7 later on when you're more comfortable. When he's like down, 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 that's very descending. The chords in the left hand kind of follow that, follow what he's saying lyrically. That's the chorus. The intro basically is the chorus as well. It starts off where there's no vocals, so G, D, A. Then it goes in. Now we're into the verse. The verse is interesting. It only uses G, A, D, and then on one occasion it uses F sharp minor for some reason. Every verse is the same. The two verses that Jay Sean sings and the one verse that Lil Wayne raps uses the exact same chord progression. I like to treat it as two sections of each verse. So I'll talk you through the first section here. So we're going to go with G major, D, A, then that F sharp minor chord, G, D, A. So that's the first section of the verse. The time signature as well is just exactly the same as the chorus. So just kind of get in the habit of maybe putting a metronome on if you want to practice with that. The chords don't do anything different or weird. They're very the same repetitive kind of pace. I'll play the right hand melody so you get an idea of where it all sits. He starts off with the You Oughta Know, I think. The F sharp minor chord. That's the first section of the verses, and that's the only really time the F sharp minor chord comes in. That chord only comes in on that first section of every verse. The second section of each verse is very much easier to follow. It just repeats itself, so it's just G, D, A, and then the A chord just hangs on for an extra length of time. So it's D, A again, then it repeats. A again, and then it leads into the chorus. This is the second section of each verse. He kind of goes higher vocally, I think, in this section. Into the chorus. That's the second section of the verses, so get familiar with those two sections. Again, they're pretty easy and very repetitive singing notes that he's singing. So once you know the right hand melody notes and then the chords, the kind of pace of how things are going, you can then go and step up what you're playing. So one of the tricks I talk about in the video, I'm going to link down below, about playing a chorus Kind of sometimes applies to verse as well, where you can just take a couple of the notes you're already playing in the left hand and play them also with the right hand as well, just to kind of beef it up a bit. You can take that as kind of harmonies in songs when a singer is like harmonizing with the lead vocal. An example would be this. So you can see I wasn't like going over the top with playing loads more. You'd want to strip it back a bit when it comes to the verses. And then when the chorus hits, then you can really amplify what you're playing. Useful to know, just kind of play the odd note to harmonize with the left hand chord that you're playing to beef it up a bit, so it's just not like a one finger you're playing all the time. Another thing you might have seen me do is kind of do some slight ornamentation. So that's another video I'll link below, how to cover up mistakes that you might make. One of the tips in that is learn the whole key of what you're playing first before you attempt the song. So this is in the key of D major, where you only have 2 sharps. If you know all those notes, you know that you're not going to be playing a B flat, for example, or like an A flat. So you can kind of just erase those notes from your mind whenever you're learning a piece like this. On the other hand, then, if you do end up on one of those notes, sometimes you can skillfully pass it off as like a chromatic kind of scale that you're inserting into your rendition. Watch the full video below just to pick up on all the tips, but they are useful to know, and you can apply them to any song you're learning. And the last bit of this, of course, is Lil Wayne's verse. You can easily play rap music on piano. I think a lot of people kind of assume you can't because it's rapping and it's not singing, but you'll find that like whenever you're listening to rap music, they tend to still pick a note where they kind of just stick on, or you can at least kind of imitate what they're doing by just sticking on the one note and like getting their rhythm right on the keys. I could actually do a full video on this. If you listen to just their verse enough times, I think you'll find that most rap music still is a bit melodic. I think especially Lil Wayne is actually melodic in this song. So I'll just play the piece for you, and you can kind of see for yourself. He kind of just jumps in as that middle chorus is just finishing, so it's like, yeah, so Jay Sean and Lil Wayne kind of overlap with each other at this section, but I'd say you'd be better off just play Jay Sean's bit, and then Lil Wayne just comes in like straight after that, so it's like, and then Lil Wayne raps on the note A, I believe. I love playing rap music on the piano. People kind of think you're like amazing for being able to figure out, oh, rapping on piano, how to do that with actual music notes. But like, it's easy. It's easier than playing the right melodic notes, I think. So what I was just doing there, it's mainly A. But the great thing about this is as well, you can definitely just make up your own version of this, as long as it's more or less in the key of D major. Whatever notes you play, if you're playing by the same rhythm as Lil Wayne, people will just take that as like, this is your own interpretation of Lil Wayne's part on the piano. So I'd say you're still good. Just the rhythm, I would say, is the most important thing. Just listen to his rhythm and emulate that on the keys. Keep note of my left hand, it's exactly the same chords as the Jay Sean verses I'm playing. So we're still going through the first section with this F sharp minor chord, and then we have the second section without the F sharp minor chord. It's just G, D, and A major. It's funny, Lil Wayne kind of, because the notes he's choosing, it's like, that's like a ninth in this G major chord, so he's kind of making a nice ninth chord by choosing to rap on that note. That's it then. I'll go over like some quick tips on how to get that chorus popping. I do mention all this in that video down below. Let's just do octaves. Now that you know the melody notes of Jay Sean's chorus, let's just go. Yeah, octaves is a great way. If you want to learn the middle notes as well of what you're playing, could be another way to kind of just add beef to it. Another kind of way I like playing that, like, so it's more of a step down. What I'm just doing there is playing the B note with the B minor chord, and then A with the A major chord. That's everything you need to know. Let me know if there's more people in 2024 listening and playing Jay Sean down on piano. Haven't heard much from him in a while. So yeah, I hope this has helped multiple people play this banger. And yeah, please, like, have a good check of that description and go through all the videos that I link, because they are great tips that will just stand to you kind of over time, that you can apply to any piece on piano. That's kind of how I teach here. I want to make this channel a place where you can just pick up tips and tricks from any song that you learn and apply them to any other song that you learn, just to save you time and get you spotting patterns in music that you can apply over and over again. Thanks for watching, and if you have a song in mind that you really want to know how to play, let me know about that, because I'd love to help further. Follow me on social media as well. It could motivate me more to grow this channel. Thanks again.